It is purifying the mind, it's very clear. But that is...
Okay. So, next question. I am doing a meditation, Sahasrara Dhyana. My mind is getting purified because Vasana and Sanskara I am able to observe. But the mind is not becoming silent fully. The answer is very simple. Okay. As long as your identity of a seeker trying to purify the mind will not become silent. Can you shift your identity from a seeker to witness and Brahman? Then mind becomes silent. The identity causes thought. So identity that I am seeking, I am trying to make the mind silent, itself will give you the thoughts. Any limited identity will give you a thought. Any unlimited identity will not give a thought. Somewhere the flip has to happen, change has to happen.
So parallelly that understanding is there that there's only consciousness, the individual is not there. But still, the mind is like...
So you have an understanding that it's only consciousness, individual is not there. But the very sentence we are speaking of is telling you, I am consciousness, which is actually, there is only consciousness. Consciousness is referred to as third person here. So I am consciousness. Ego. So you have to hold on to thought that I am consciousness, that I am consciousness dissolves all other identity, then the mind will become silent. Once the mind becomes, once they hold on to that identity, mind becoming silent or mind becoming moving doesn't make a difference. It's like if you, like a wave is individual. Wave is trying to make the mind silent and I want to become one with the ocean. Whatever you do, wave will have thought. The moment wave says, I am part of the ocean and ocean is water, I am water. Okay, I am water. The wave has to take the identity called I am water. Then waves are there, big wave, small wave, how does it matter? Then you will not bother to silence the mind. You're taken by ego here. Saying no, and the water is also no. So the question here is mind is not becoming silent. As long as your individual identity, mind will not become silent. Once you recognize I am Brahman, then from that perspective, thoughts will not matter. It's not making the mind silent. It is the mind making thoughts irrelevant. Is meditation. You don't have to make silent. You have to use the thoughts for interaction world. But irrelevant thoughts, unnecessary thoughts will reduce. Only relevant thoughts will be there.
So if there's a thought that this is irrelevant, so that and the thing is like nobody has to do anything anymore. Is there something like that?
No. Thoughts will not bother you and unnecessary thoughts will not rise. That's called meditation. Necessary thoughts will rise for functioning. Unnecessary thoughts, junk thoughts will not come. That's called meditation. Right? So as long as your identity, ego identity, okay, so this will come. Now her question is, I am Brahman is also ego identity. Okay. I am Brahman is not ego identity. Ego will say, ego will hold, ego means, when I use the word ego, no, ego means when you use the word ego, you have to use it saying, a sense of separation is called ego in a way, fundamentally. A sense of separation, a sense of individual is called ego. Ego has a lot of connotations. Fundamentally, a sense of separation is called ego. And sense of separation comes in your intellect, mind. Now, when you actually inquire properly, the sense of separation appears to be false. The falsehood of sense of separation is there. Then the individual identity dissolves. You're not holding on to a new identity called I am Brahman, but you are dissolving the identity called individual by inquiring the real nature of the individual. Any individual identity is false.
Yeah, but when he said that parallelly there is an understanding that.
But there is no understanding. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, you said that's ego is making that claim.
I'm saying there's understanding. Everything is irrelevant. But there's no understanding that I am Brahman. That still there's a sense of identity. That's why thoughts are coming.
There is a seeker identity.
He has a seeker identity. And seeker identity has not dissolved. He has an understanding from Vedanta, some scriptures, understanding that everything is Brahman, everything is consciousness. But I am the Brahman, the clarity and conviction has not arisen. As long as the clarity and conviction doesn't arise, this individual identity is there. As long as individual identity is there, will be thoughts. And thoughts will be relevant, thoughts will matter to you. So by the process of inquiry, falsehood has to be dissolved. The falsehood of individuality has to be dissolved. If that is not dissolved, you will have a clear understanding of Vedanta teaching, but the teaching is used by the limited entity, and the seeker have this knowledge. The seeker has to dissolve in the thought. From the water point of view, is there a wave or ocean?
The process starts with wave saying water. Right?
The process starts wave saying water, because wave can only seek an identity. So from a smaller identity, it is taking bigger identity. But finally it says bigger identity I'm taking, but gradually it realizes bigger identity is also bigger identity called Brahman or Atma is not an identity, it's a reality. Then it will dissolve. As long as you're concept that I'm taking a bigger identity, still that individual is there. Are you getting what I'm saying?
What is the difference between identity and reality?
Okay, well, next question. Okay, is this clear on what I'm saying? I'll summarize. No, I'm saying I'll make it a separate question. It will give a long answer. No? So, as long as you have smallest sense of identity, individuality, okay, some thoughts related to be there, and thoughts will bother us. Only when your identity dissolves into universality, Jivatma recognizes I am Brahman, the thoughts, all irrelevant thoughts will dissolve. Relevant thoughts will be there for functioning. Is that clear? Statement of what I have said so far. Okay, right? Otherwise you can keep on repeating. I am Brahman, Shivoham, all those things you can report. Still that identity called I am seeker is there. The seeker identity, no, Jagat is mithya, world is unreal, you can say. But reality is not done fully. As long as the reality is not done fully, you recognize yourself by yourself. The self has to be recognized as self. The seeker is the thought. Once you recognize that, the mind, the role of the mind is over. Role of the individual is over. Did I answer your first question? We'll go to the next question.